Hello friends, this is Growl. Welcome to Wafflecat Weekly number 35, I think. And we are going to open our boxes, check out the affixes, and talk about what's going on. The server just reset. Everyone is patiently awaiting their vault, but I think the clock has struck 8, and it's time to open. We have same vault as usual, one on every guy, and then a big one on our priest. Our Mistweaver has gotten the sharpened Trog femur, which is actually kind of nice. 304 weapon. It is a one-hander, but we will take it. Can use a offhand of some sort with this. And always appreciate the one-hander. And we do have an offhander in our bags actually. Nice. We will enchant this. Slowly, Prodigy is rising. We have a 304 trinket and a 304 weapon. Can't complain. Alright, off to the druid. Man, I haven't seen that femur in a long time. That is the Mechagon item, I think, from Junkyard. I haven't seen that in my weekly chest in a hot minute. Alright, now on to the druid. Let's check our loot spec. You're in balance, seems fine to me. And now we open. Our druid could use a weapon as well, although I don't know if we'd be that lucky. What is this? Mark an enemy with Thunder Ritual, dealing damage after 3 seconds. Oh, this is the other side of the Tony trinket. Well, I don't know. I don't think this is particularly good, but our druid will make a sacrifice for the greater good and take this trinket, and maybe we'll use it in a weekly key and see how good it is. I don't think it's particularly good though. The Tony trinket I tried and I don't think that was very good either. Bam. Alright. Well, at the very least, we're padding our item level a little bit. Onto our paladin, which we have still not renamed. Months later. It'll probably sit here until we inevitably move servers with our guild. Alright, we are fully loot spec. Man, our paladin is down in the dumps. Our paladin has like the same gear as every other character now. Really hate to see it. Faith's Crucible. Launch 12 holy bolts at injured allies within 15 yards over 6 seconds. Healing for 1600 per bolt. So the trinket does like a little under 20k healing on a 1.5 minute cooldown. That sounds terrible. Oh my gosh. It feels like that's even worse than a Salea's, because even though it has avoidance, man, tokens. All right, whatever. I think I'm taking tokens instead of this. These trinkets are not ideal. I will my paladin will not be making a sacrifice to try that trinket. I can't imagine it's ever worth playing. I feel like it's not scaled properly. Almost always healing trinkets are really, really bad, because they sort of measure them by a value of like how much HPS they do for a raid, and they have to be comparative to the stat sticks. All right, now onto our shaman. One box here as well. Our shaman's a little further ahead, mainly because we have a 304 weapon. See what we got here. Our shaman never leaves elemental loot spec pretty much. Okay, crit verse Riss. We get a little bit of transmog. We get a little bit of item level. Not gonna complain there. Do want to re-enchant this. We do want to re-enchant this if we have. Oh, we have all the enchants. Alright, so we got some upgrades on our guys, but you know, there's one guy that matters right now, and it's our priest. So let's see what our priest is up to. We have, I believe, 3 mythic vault slots and 3 heroics, or I mean 3 M+ slots as well. So the biggest upgrades we could get right now are basically 311 items. So we need a 311 jailer offhand. We need a 311 hymnal as a stat stick. I've been kind of using this for a while. or any of just like the 311 tier pieces that we get, helm or chest. Our rings are pretty much set, our weapons set. Our trinkets, we could upgrade the trinkets. We could use an upgrade, but we can upgrade these with our ancient ciphers anyway. Alright. Let's check our loot spec. I don't think it really matters. I'm just going to open it as Shadow. I don't think it matters too much, though. Alright. Let's see what we get. And... okay. Let's look at the so there's no 311 items. We have a Verse Mastery Leech belt, which is actually kind of nice. It's not avoidance. Leech I don't consider super valuable, but a 304 chest, we already have one of those. Crit Mastery neck. This is a offhand 304. Crit Mastery chest, or a 304 reservoir. So our options are actually, what belt do I use right now? I guess I have a pretty good belt. I don't know if I would want to use this belt. I think I just take the reservoir and save my upgrader tokens, because I can use upgrader tokens on other stuff. I would want to upgrade this. Yeah, I think that's the move. Although I do have a heroic reservoir already, I think we take this. It's actually, wow, that's a pretty big upgrade. 18 int plus more damage. Oh wow, it's dealing like almost 20% more damage. That's insane. Yeah, we're definitely taking the mythic reservoir. So we have this right here, which technically is an upgrade because I'm using a not very good offhand, but I think this is what I'm gonna buy with my dinar this week, is a 311 offhand. So yeah, I think we go here, take the reservoir, and bam. They're happy with that, that's for sure. That'll save us some mythic upgraders. It'll be doing big damage. All right, let's look at the affixes. So the affixes are Tyrannical, Raging, Volcanic, Shrouded. I think this is going to be a pretty good week. This is definitely one of the best, if not the best, Tyrannical weeks. Raging is a little scary, however, it's Tyrannical, so you're basically just tanking the trash as if it were fortified, or maybe a little bit scarier when it gets low, which doesn't really change the way that you pull the dungeon that much. This is also the first Tyrannical week where we haven't had like a really annoying area denial affix. You know, no sanguine, no quaking, anything like that. And so some of these dungeons like Grimrail, where it feels really claustrophobic and tough because they're so, you know, you're like losing a lot of time with the trash. It's not going to be the case anymore. This is a week essentially where you just have to get through the bosses. You live the bosses, you time the key. So I would encourage you to very heavily prioritize single target damage, heavily prioritize healing power if you're a healer to make sure you can get through stuff. If there are tough bosses that do group damage, or I should say like AoE damage, like for instance first boss Grimrail, prioritize that avoidance, get that, you know, maybe drop a couple item levels for a few avoidance pieces if you don't have those. All in all, you just need to live the bosses this week, and if you can live the bosses, you can time the key. Let's see the weekly quest. It is Arena, if you're into that. Well, not much else. We can look at our IO this week. This is where we ended off. We sent off last week, luckily, with a 29 upper. We've managed to time every dungeon at 29. We also have 31 streets, 31 Grimrail, 31 Gambit. I feel like these are slightly the easier dungeons. I would say these four are a little bit easier than these four, but not by a whole lot. I feel like we definitely could have done a 30 on any of these dungeons as well, and I don't know if we could have done a 32 on all of these. So I think these are maybe a little bit easier by, say, 1 key level. I guess not talking about Junkyard. Junkyard is just Junkyard, but yeah, so that's kind of how I'm feeling. Although I feel like Iron Docks probably isn't too hard this week. Iron Docks mostly hard on Fortified. I'd assume you just kind of like mow down Iron Docks. The trash shouldn't be too tough. Lower Kara, I don't think will be too hard. Yeah, so there's definitely lots and lots of IO for us to gain. We unfortunately lost our rank 1 world spot. I think some EU healers are knocking on the door of 3200, so we got to get out there grinding today. But that pretty much wraps up that. I will be streaming keys, hopefully all week. Today is raid day, so might not be a lot of keys today, but hopefully we can clear out the raid quick and then get into some keys. So thanks for watching, friends. Good luck in your weekly vaults as well, and happy keying.